Aviso has been a game changer for me, right? Because, forecasting for the sake of forecasting is one thing, right? Been part of it, and you join a forecast call, sales leaders give the number, then you kind of ask them some questions around MEDDIC, or try to identify risk with some questions, and there's some answers given, right? And unless you truly start drilling into each one of these deals, right, and then you kind of start getting to some truth, and then you try to paint a picture in your head in terms of, should we forecast this? Is this committable or not, right? Do you think it's gonna move to next quarter? It's gonna slip the date, what have you? And when you have more and more people in a sales organization, right? Like, the fluffier it gets. Not necessarily I'm saying all sales forecasting is incorrect, but there's got to be checks and balances. What we were able to do with Aviso specifically and Data.ai is that we sort of get the full story in one picture. We can kind of go into dig into the forecast and see the MEDDIC, and then see based on the MEDDIC where they're in the journey. We can kind of look at, are they single threaded or multi-threaded in a deal. If you wanted to, you can kind of listen to the calls, right, and see if the sentiments is there or not. So you can do a lot of different things in one view to get the 360. Not only that, but you can get deeper insights. Is the deal risky or not, right? Just based on the overall engagement. Those are some critical data point that you can kind of, in a quick second, if you have a committed deal and you see a deal that's that has a low score on engagement, then you could say, why is the deal is committed, or because there's no engagement there. You can really sort of format a forecast call based on that. So it really gives me the 360 to understand the stability of that deal into the quarter. So that's why Aviso is super interesting in a sense that they're in one platform. I'm able to get that full view of the deal. Now, once again, right, like, I kind of step back and I think about how this role has evolved over time, right? I kind of initially, when I gave you the forecasting, how it worked in the past, right? You have to kind of make a sense of it. Really, truly have to spend time on that. Nowadays, with data, all that stuff is available. Now, as a RevOps leader, what I need to kind of focus on is I go back to the operational cadence. Do I have the right cadence in place to have that discussion, right? So that's the only way you can kind of get closest to the pin with your forecasting quarter in, quarter out. For instance, I'll tell you, our forecasting, this past 5 quarters since I've been 6 quarters, I should say. We've been at between 3 to 4% of our target, right, on forecasting, which is pretty steady for us, right? We can really kind of drill into the risk factors and address those right away, and then really get the right forecasted deals right in front of the leaders, so we can forecast correctly. So it's been a really great journey with Aviso thus far.